didn't tell you?
You got it.
You didn't tell me? Okay, well, so, Jen, so I'm not going to introduce you at all. Okay. Everything's cool.
Now we do.
What?
Now we do.
You know that? Well, it's important to know it's something. So, when I would have said, Jenna Wall, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, just introduce somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't you worry. Don't anybody worry.
I'm worried.
Uh-oh. That just shot my confidence down right there completely and totally. I've got to hold on to my clipboard protectively now.
That's too embarrassed, Mike.
Ah! All right, so hey everybody, when we are performing, what we've been doing is going maskless. I hope that's okay with everybody. We have the air scrubbed. We have the air extra filtered. We have all sorts of things going on to keep everybody safe. And I thank you for wearing masks to continue making us all safe. That's awesome. My name is Michael Burns, and I am so thrilled to see each and every one of you. I want you please to give yourselves a huge round of applause. Do that right now. Yeah, I have to. Not bad, not bad. Some people over here, but over here you're just phoning it in. Now come on. I'm asking you to applaud yourselves. If you can't do that, who can you applaud? Let's hear it. Here we go. There we go. Tonight is the first ever pitch night at the Mopco, and I could not be more excited. We have with us some absolutely incredible celebrity judges, and I would like to take a moment to introduce them to you and vice versa right now. On my right, your left, we have Morty Sims. Those of you from the North Country will probably remember Morty from his glory days on Glens Falls Channel 5 News North at noon. Morty has pointed out to me, I might add a number of times, Morty has pointed out to me that in 22 years on the air, he never once received an offer for a primetime network show of any kind, but you're here tonight, and we're grateful for that. Give it up for Morty Sims! Yes! And Sheila London Miller, who is an amazing human being. She has performed with the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York and Capitol Repertory in Albany, as well as many other venues, including this one in the Capital Region and beyond. This woman is also somebody who does not let herself be limited in any way. You need a stage manager, there she is. You need a tech of some kind, there she is. You need somebody who's never done it yet but says, yeah, I'll take care of that, there she is. Give it up for Sheila! So grateful that you're here. And William Hughes. William Hughes is a stand-up comedian and philosopher and has a house for sale in Cohoes, New York.
It's an excellent deal.
And there's no such thing as an excellent deal in Cohoes, New York. I'm sorry if you're from Cohoes. I didn't mean, I had to take the shot.
They're from Cohoes, they know.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. And Will is the host of the new monthly William Hughes' monthly show at the Mopco Improv Theater. And we couldn't be more proud to have him. Give it up for Will! William Hughes! Yes, indeed. So, judges, how you doing? Is everybody okay?
It's okay.
Yeah? Got something to drink? That's good. I forgot to do that, but I'll do it.
Due to merits.
2 more?
They don't, there's no upper limit, Mike.
I'm down 4 already. We haven't really truly begun yet.
All right, well, get cracking.
All right, here we go. So, yeah, so you're healthy, you're happy, you're Mike, Morty.
I would like a funnel so I can get the gin in this bottle.
That's not my job. Can't help you with that. Absolutely not. So, the judges have been charged with using a scoring system of 1 to 5. 1 point goes to somebody who manages to get up onto the stage. They're going to get a point for that. And really, seriously, like maybe they're really just starting out in that shows. That's a 1. A 5 on the other hand is where you know in your heart that you're looking at a star and you're saying, never mind the Mopco, we're going to Hollywood, get this person signed. That's a 5, right? Anywhere in between. They'll also perhaps take some notes and give some feedback to our performers. It's a very important job. We appreciate you doing it. You are clear with your task, judges.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clearly.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna follow that.
Excellent idea. They're very intelligent people. That's good. All right. So the moment has finally come. Our first contestant performer is new. He's new to stand-up. He's just performed, as I understand it, a couple of times. But I just met him half an hour, 45 minutes ago. But I know this. He's a real human being who's very nice and has just an awesome vibe about him. So that's probably one of the most important things in our business, wouldn't you say? That real nice human kind of thing. And I hope you will enjoy, and I ask you to please welcome Jaleek Hogan. Give it up! I'll hit the screen. Here you go.
1, 2.
Yep, it works. There you go, Jaleek.
How y'all doing out there? I can't hear you. I said, how y'all doing out there? All right, so before I start my jokes, excuse my language. Excuse my language. A couple of young ones in here, I see it right there. Excuse my language, all right? So, I feel like since the pandemic, Schenectady bought more panhandlers. Since, like, when you ride past State Street, 5 o'clock in the morning, you will see a lot of panhandlers in circles. You might catch 5 of them with 2 random crackheads right there. You know, and they get there and they come to you, and it's COVID around, and they still have the nerve to come to you and say, spare change, like, and they mad at you when you don't give them change. So you got the random crackheads and the 5 panhandlers sitting right there. And they by the count they threes, they say, 1, 2, 3, panhandlers on 3. Now the 2 crackheads that's in the back, they say 12. He start running off. And he's like, oh, 12. He's the one that had the nerve to say 12. Start running off. The other crackhead just came back to earth. So he said, oh, we need 12 cents. I got it, I want it. You know, so, and for everybody that don't know what 12 is, that's the police. That's the whoop, whoop, whoop. I thought they was in here just now. That's how I really got just now, so. All right, so. Before I came on stage, I had to sing an anthem. I know y'all not gonna like this anthem, but I had to sing this anthem to get my courage, you know? When I first came on, I was like, do your cock hang low? Do it wobble to the floor? Do you jerk it at night? Is it black? Is it white? Do you see it through the print? I don't know, but when I came out, that's what I had. Look at all the fellas in here, they like, I wish my cock had an anthem. It's not cool like mine's. All the ladies in here looking like, he's lying, we can't see the print. Yeah, sorry. My old lady got it. You think I'm gonna come on stage with a 12-inch? Not me. Nuh-uh. You get locked up for that. And you know how I feel about cops. Whoop, whoop. Told y'all, it's serious. So yeah, how y'all feeling out here though? Y'all all from Schenectady or what? Yeah. Can't hear you. Still asleep. Still from Schenectady? Oh, you got a cold one there? I was just playing. It's pretty cold, but it's not alcohol. I know. It is? Oh, that's my guy right there. Okay. I'm gonna shut up with that. All right, so what I was gonna say to y'all? Not that joke. I was just playing. All right, let's go. Since everything that been going on, I just became a comedian. You know, since COVID. Like one day, I was just online and I was like, I think I'm funny. You know, it wasn't a lot of jobs that was going around. So shit, I didn't have a job. So the first thing I said was, I could tell a couple of the jokes. But then I got booed off stage, and now I'm here with you old farts. I mean, like, God damn it, I can't get a laugh out y'all for nothing, but I'm still here. Look at the judges, still looking young and proud. How you doing? You doing good? Can't hear you. I'm just playing. I know you ain't got a mic, I'm louder than you. Ha ha. That's how you control the floor. Just playing. All right, so Another one I got for y'all. Since everything that been going on with my life, you know, I had surgery, right? I had like 6 surgeries. You know, don't feel sorry for me. But I feel like the worst thing, like the best thing about having surgery is like my sex game was like. But now that I'm back on my legs, god damn it. I mean, sometimes I might have to take 2 pills. I mean, Viagra, you know. I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't do that. I just drink soda pop sometimes. Sugar always gets you rocket launching, you know. See, told you. He knows fireworks. That's usually the answer. He fireworks it. 2 seconds, Viagra. Phew! But that's me. So, you know, I'm about to just get on stage for a little bit. I'll be back. If y'all here, I don't know if y'all gonna be here, but I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I just gotta rehearse a couple of more jokes, okay? I'm just bullshitting with you. Imagine that, I'll just sit in the crowd like, all right, so what you got for me? Okay, I like that. Okay, the choo-choo train joke. That was a good one, the choo-choo train joke, right? Remember that time when we rode the train, the engine that could? Well, shit, my engine didn't either. That's why I said I couldn't got 2 pills, it got me. You know what I mean? But y'all all have a great night out there, you know? And stay COVID free.
Yeah, keep it going for Jaleek Hogan. There is the person who gives new meaning to the phrase "drop the mic" if ever I saw it. I tell you, you never know what you see. You just don't know. I know less and less, especially since I became an old fart. And our next performer, I don't know what's about to happen, but he is. He's a member of Down the Rabbit Hole, one of the performance troupes here. He's a fine artist. He is an old house restoring Schenectadean and an all-around amazing human being. Please welcome, and he is back tonight. You're backing him on the keyboards. So Heather Schwartz is going to back Mr. Craig Petraecus. Give it up for him.
Thank you very much. The lovely Heather is going to be backing me up on the keyboards in her first performance ever on the keyboards.
Wait a minute. Heather, do you play piano?
No, I do not. Let us
She was very cheap.
Yes. Okay. All right.
So, I guess the first thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I saw a guy today that was a guy on a bicycle talking to 2 contractors next to my house, and it realized that it was a cool gig that he had. He was just a random guy that would walk around and talk to people, and it made me realize that we needed an instructional video or an instructional monologue on how to be a random guy, because thoroughly entertaining. So I was watching him, studying him, and I realized these are the things that you need. You need an old bicycle with a basket on the front, and you need a paper bag on the front in that basket with a straw sticking out of it. And you need to find yourself a captive audience. In this case, it was 2 painters in the house next to me. Where could they go? They can't go anywhere. You can talk for hours, and they're paralyzed. Next, after listening to him, I realized you need a problem. His problem was the Greyhound bus doesn't drive out of Schenectady anymore. And if you want to take a bus out of Schenectady, you need a trailways. And that was a real problem. And he pontificated on that problem for probably 15 minutes. And then the next thing I realized that you need to present this problem in a way that it affects you. I didn't hear that part of the story, but I would imagine that he had to pick up his dog from the pound, or that he was going to meet his parole officer. It could have been something else, much worse. But I just wanted to share that with everybody tonight. So, next, I wanted to get some suggestions from the audience, and I'm going to attempt to do an improvised song. So, does anybody have any suggestions, some words, some nouns, verbs, adverbs, conjunctions? Balloons. Balloons. I like balloons. Okay. What's that? Fright. Balloon fright. Okay. Quackery. Wow, what an easy word to rhyme. Quackery. Oh, anything else?
Salmon.
Salmon. Of course, salmon. Ooh. Okay. I was in love once upon a time. I was in love once upon a time. I was in love. She brought me salmon. I didn't know what to do with it. She brought me salmon. I didn't know what to do with it. I looked at her and I said, "You're full of quackery. You're full of quackery." Then she pulled out a bloom. And that's when I told her, I have a problem with balloons. And in addition to the quackery, you'll be leaving soon because balloons frighten me. They frighten me along with your quackery. Then, as the night went on, and things got really dark, things were cooking, boy. We drove to the park and then she laid it on me, her quackery. I don't know how to continue a relationship like this. I told her balloons and quackery. And maybe I thought we should cook that fish now. She had it in her purse. And I felt a need to let her go. Let her go. Thank you.
So, William Hughes, I have a question.
I have an answer.
How many demerits do I get for forgetting to have you guys judge Jaleek after he did his set?
That's one demerit. However, when you introduced the show, you did so succinctly and directly in a way that was respectful to the audience, so they cancel each other out.
That's so good. Okay, so retroactively, if we could.
Oh, for being retroactive.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
That's one demerit.
One demerit.
For not committing to failure.
I am so grateful to you for showing me the error of my ways. So, Jaleek, going back in time, judges, did we have a numerical score from each of you, and or any comments you'd like to give to Jaleek? And I do apologize to all four of you for skipping over that one. We all good?
Yeah, I got stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it is a base 2 with a modifier up to a 4. You get 1 bonus point for being the first one up. That's always hard.
Always hard.
You get 1 bonus point for explaining what 12 means to the AARP. You did spend most of your set talking about your dick, but you did so confidently, which is how you do talk about your dick if you have to.
And if you have one.
Oh, no, even if you don't have one, you still talk about it confidently.
Absolutely, I have to agree with that. Jaleek, our stand-up, I'm giving you I started off with a 3+, but I rounded off to the 4, because I said, okay, this old fart here is watching, and I am listening, and guess what? I do know what 12 means. I do have 2 children, okay? But I'm going to give you a 4.
All right. Very, very nice.
Jaleek, I applaud you. I think I'm going to settle with giving you a 3. Much of what you were talking about was well above my head.
That's kind of scary when you think about it, actually.
But I'm counting on my younger counterparts here, so I'm going to give a 3. I do want to comment that I really like the chicken joke the best.
Awesome. That's good to know. Jaleek, you want to make a note of that?
I'll keep the chicken home.
Chicken joke. Yeah, all right, so that's a total of like, I'm getting total 11. Very nice, very, very nice. Your first time out, that's incredible. Good job. Yes! Yes. All right, and now to move forward in time, no more demerits, because I'm going proactively with great confidence, and I'm telling you not to demerit me.
Okay, since you asked so nicely.
That's nice. Craig Petraecus, what do we have for him?
Well, let's see. I kind of got left on the Greyhound bus and watching the painters that were still looking for something. I don't know if they found it, but I didn't. But I'm still looking. I love the song and the balloon and the salmon and the cracker. I thought that was kind of cool too. But again, I'm still
Kind of a poetic sort of.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool, and I'm still looking for the Greyhound bus or the painters. I'm not sure which, but I'm looking. So I'm gonna give Craig a 3.
All right, very nice, very nice. You want to?
Yes, Craig, I want to tell you that I'm going to grade you a 4. Although I have a very, very limited musical background, so I have a lackey of the ability to score that area. But I recognize those pants you're wearing. I believe I wore those for 13 months in Vietnam.
Okay, I don't even know where to go with that whatsoever. Thank you, and William Hughes.
All right, so I am going towards a 2. I do have, I believe the answer to the concept was solid. I don't know where that actually went, and that's okay. We explore things, and sometimes we just find fish in purses, which is also fine.
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are. So the points were, I'm sorry, I was drifting off there.
Yeah, like I said. So I got 2 and a 4 and a 3. Yep.
A 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
9 points for Craig Petraecus. Give it up. Very nice. And now it is a rare pleasure to introduce to you this next performer. He is coming to you direct from his Dang Tootin' Good Time show each Thursday afternoon on WEXT in Elmira, New York. Please give it up as sincerely as you are able for Bronco Brad, the crooning cowboy.
Howdy, yes indeed, thank you very much. Hey, can I get that microphone stand there?
Oh, you betcha, Bronco Brad.
Sure.
Absolutely. I feel like I'm back
Yes.
5 years old again.
Thank you very much. Well, howdy, folks. Yes, indeed. Wasn't he nice host? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, folks, it's time for the 5-minute version of the Bronco Bread Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. You ready to have a good time? Yeah! All right. Well, that's nice. Well, let me just put down my wooden guitar here, grab up my Bronco Bread wooden clackers, and I'll clack along here to the Bronco Bread opening theme song. Well, I'm galloping along, I sing this cowboy song, snacking on gluten crackers, play my tune on wooden clackers, galloping along, cow dust all up my nose, let's jump off this path and in a bath and wash our smelly clothes. All right, okay, all right. Well, let me just cool down those clackers here. And now I always like to start off the Bronco Bread Dang Tootin' Good Time Show with our Science Corner. And of course, I can't do my Science Corner without my little buddy, Wally, the happy talking neutrino. Hiya, Wally. Hi, Bronco Bread. Hi, everybody. Am I on TV? Yes, you sure are, little buddy. Hey, say, Wally, what's our science tip for tonight? Well, boys and girls, if you're ever walking down a sidewalk and come across a free radical electron, never put it in your mouth and always let a responsible adult know, like your mom or dad or an elected official. Well, that's dang darn good advice there, Wally. Say, Wally, hey, we got about maybe a minute here. Why don't we talk about the formation of the entire planet Earth? Well, that's a good idea, Bronco Brad. Okay, well, you start first. Oh, that's easy. Say the Earth was formed 1 billion years ago, and there's a clear geological record that proves it. Well, that's a dang darn interesting theory, Wally. But the real answer is Earth is only 6,000 years old. Really, Bronco Bread? That's right. You see, that's what happened. And then God had a bunch of dinosaur bones, and just before the Great Flood, he just threw them all over the ground so people could find them later. But what about carbon-14 dating, Bronco Bread? Oh, that's easy. Well, after the big flood, God was cleaning out his closet and discovered a big old box of carbon-14. He didn't know what to do, so he just threw it all over so people could find it afterwards. Oh, thanks for clearing that up, Bronco Bread. Oh, sure. Yes, indeed. Well, I know these folks agree. So, Wally, what do you think? Well, I still believe in science, Bronco Bread, and in fact, I wrote a little song just for everybody here. Well, go ahead, little buddy. I believe in science, like gravity and things. I know planets and bathtubs both have a lot of rings. There's fun stuff to know, like what's inside your gut. Those who don't believe in science need a swift kick in the butt. Oh, that's great. Well, we gotta get going, little buddy, so say goodnight. Okay, good night. Yeah, that little Wally, he sure is a fine boy. See, before I go any further, just want to let our sponsor know tonight here. Our sponsor for tonight is Ted's All Vegan Frozen Broccoli on a Stick. Say, moms and dads, if your kids aren't eating nothing vegetables and they're feeling like something good, stop over at the supermarket and get a big old box of Ted's Frozen Broccoli on a Stick. It is dang darn good. You're gonna love it, I guarantee it. Okay, well, now it's time for our made-up tale of the Old West. So, grab my wooden clackers here. This one here is about an old cowboy out west called the Velcro Kid. Listen up. There once was an old cowhand named Toby Maru who wanted to learn to tie his own shoe, but no one could show him just what to do. So he became the Velcro Kid. He rode into town in his boots and chaps, his 6 guns held tight with Velcro straps. His 10-gallon hat was full of snacks with an apple juice box that his mommy had packed. Yes, he could tell each time another man lied when they said, "Hey, look, your shoelace is untied." And he'd shoot them in the foot, and they were a mighty glad he did. It was an honor to be wounded by the Velcro Kid. He rode into town in his boots and chaps, his 6 guns held tight with Velcro straps. His 10-gallon hat was full of snacks with an apple juice box that his mommy had packed. Yes, that's the tale of Velcro Kid. Well, that's dang darn nice of you. I sure do appreciate it. Well, I gotta wrap up the show here soon, so let me just do one more song here. You know, boys and girls, after a long day of taping the Bronco Bread show, I like to hang out at the Boss. Now, it isn't all about just meeting women and getting drunk. No, sir. When I'm at the Boss, sometimes I meet my very special friend, David. You see, Davy is a pickled egg that lives inside a big old pickle jar. And I love to talk to Davy and chat with him, and I wrote a little song just in his favor. So I'm going to break out my Bronco Bread wooden clackers and tell you about my friend David. Well, I'm friends with mashed potatoes, with lots of chicken gravy. But the bestest friend that I ever had was a pickled egg named Davy. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickle brine. Yes, indeed. Well, Davy bought me comic books and piles of wet dirt. He'd always kiss my boo-boo whenever I got hurt. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickle brine. Yes. Now, see, Davy taught me Swedish when I was 3 or 4. Whenever I was bad, he'd throw me out the door. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickle brine. Yes, that's a song about Davy. Dang darn nice of you. Yes, indeed. Well, I gotta get going, boys and girls. I sure had a dang darn good time. Stick around, because we still got a lot of nice performers coming up here tonight. Thanks for the time here. Until next time, boys and girls. Well, we've hung up our saddles and laid down our tools. The night stars are out burning their nuclear fuels. It's time to change the cat box and go wash our hair. So good night, you cowpokes out there. Good night, cowpokes.
Okay, judges, let's have it.
Boy, I'm amazed. I'm just amazed.
I think a lot of us are.
Yeah.
That's a safe thing. Yep.
It's hard to judge this one. With so many performers in the troupe of Bronco Bread, I have to say that Wally, I think, deserves a 4. And, well, let's just leave it at that. I think Wally did.
You're giving the neutrino a 4.
Yeah. I thought he did very well.
I don't know how we scored. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Yeah. And Sheila.
Oh, let's see. Well, we were galloping along on that history lesson there.
Yes, we were.
And he lied on Jesus and he lied on God. But he said he believes in science, okay. I'm still kind of stuck on the frozen broccoli on a stick thing going on, but I think my favorite out of all of that was the pickle brine Davy boo boo kissing pickle thing. I'm still trying to get that, but I guess that means no kicking the butt for me either. So hey, I'm gonna give him a 3+. I think I rounded out to a 4.
Whoa, oh, wow. Okay, thank you. And William here.
All right. So, solid commitment to the concept and swift execution. That right there, that's 2 points. That's 2 points easy in my book. Beyond that, I feel the irony of the character in the anti-science bit, which being ironic is technically a pro-science bit, is somehow maligned or enhanced by the pro-vegan bit that's in there, plus the kid host folksiness of the character, making it an internal spinning irony neutrino in itself, which I can't process, and I'm therefore giving a 3.
Wow. So that's, do you know the difference between broccoli and boogers?
That's a deeper question that we can get into.
Little kids will eat boogers. I'm sorry. I apologize. As soon as I asked that, that was a wrong thing to do to all of you. I just apologize. All right, so that's 3, 4, 3, and that's very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bronco Brad. We're going to move it right along. A great friend of the theater and of all of us around here, and I believe a brand new stand-up comedian. Our next contestant is I would say a nature-loving pastor. Boy, are you in the wrong church tonight. Who works with recovering folks in Albany at the Capital City Rescue Mission. I got that right. And he's a wonderful human being. Please give it up for Dale Walker.
Michael told me to wear a mask, but he said I could take it off. So, as he told you, I am a pastor, and because of that, there's certain things that I'm not supposed to do, like kill people. And the reason I bring that up, it's not a real problem for me, except for people who design really irritating computer programs. And what I call that is cyber torture, and it should stop. And I'll give you a couple examples of that. Here's one, like pop-up ads. The other day, I was trying to look something up. 7 companies all at once came up, and they were vying with each other, trying to get my attention. They were elbowing each other around, saying, I want to be the one that's going to ruin Dale's day. No, I want to be the one. Now that's bad, but something even worse than that is computer videos, pop-up videos. I'll give you an example. I get up in the morning and I just want to check the weather out. So I hit the weather station. All of a sudden, up right in front of me, a giant talking head of Schumann, Chuck Schumann. What are you doing, Chuck? Man, I just got up. I'm not ready for this. Please. And I'm not trying to be political at all. I wouldn't want to have like Mitch McConnell pop up in front of me now. So, but this is really bad stuff, but here's how I would like to deal with it. I would like to find out who's responsible for these pop-ups, find out where they're eating dinner or going to a movie, and then I'd like to wait just when the food gets there, and I'd pop up in front of them and go say, hi, I'm from the United Insurance Company. Do you have any idea how much money you can save by getting insurance from us? And then there's another thing that drives me nuts, which is, I call it the square from nowhere. And a company will try to be selling me something and wants me to sign on to something I have no interest in. I'm trying to get it off of my screen. I cannot X out of it. I cannot get rid of it. But it puts up a thing that gives me these 2 choices. Indicate what you would like to do. Continue or keep going. That's criminal, okay? That should be punished. A third thing is browser hijackers. So if you're looking up something, say, on Google, all of a sudden the thing pretending to be a search engine comes up, but it won't give you information. All it does is it give you ads and try to sell you stuff. So, for example, you're looking up the bubonic plague. You want to learn about the bubonic plague. So you search for it, and all of a sudden it comes up with all these ads like this. Buy bubonic plague here. Gluten-free, free-range, non-GMO, plague right here. Or have bubonic plague delivered to your door. I don't want that. That's crazy. And then there's another computer program called Microsoft Word. I have a real problem with that because it has a funny thing it does, and I type a lot of important documents. Right? And of course, you know, we all have to use Microsoft Word. I mean, we have a civic duty to do because otherwise I don't think that Bill Gates could feed his family. So I'm in there with it. I don't like it, but right in the middle of the document, all of a sudden, a thing pops up and it says, Microsoft Word is having a problem and needs to close. You're a computer program. Talk to somebody about it. Get some help. I mean, but leave me alone. Do your job. And then the last one is everything these days requires a 14-step process of some kind. Like if you want to buy something online or you want to get a hotel room or something like that, here's what happens. You have a 14-step process that takes about like 5 hours. And this is the way it works. Do you have an account? I don't know. Do you have a username? I don't know. What's your password? Put it in and it goes like, the password you have indicated is not correct. Would you like to update your password? So then it puts you in another thing and it sends something to your phone and you put the number in they give you on the phone because the number that you just entered is not correct. And so finally what happens is about the third or fourth hour you've updated your password several times. But here's the problem with the password thing. Passwords today have to be 8 digits long. So every new password has to have a capital letter, a lowercase letter, an odd number, an even number, a prime number, an upside down Spanish punctuation mark, and an Egyptian hieroglyphic. And by the time they're done, you can't possibly remember that. So about the 5th hour of trying to do this, something comes up and says you're almost there. And then it asks you something you've never heard of in your life, like, please enter your Google domain access code. What is that? And so at that point, I'm about ready to shoot myself, and the thing comes up and it says, your application has timed out. Would you like to try again tomorrow? That is criminal stuff, guys. So here's my way of dealing with this. There should be a prison called the Computer Crimes Against Humanity prison. I will design it and run it, and this is what will happen. They will be assigned to a room, and in that cell is a desk and a chair and a computer. And up on the wall it says, if you would like to get out of prison, press this. So what I'll do with the people that do the pop-up ads is they press on to get out of prison. The first thing that happens is a 5-minute video pops up of Rosie O'Donnell singing the national anthem. And if that's not enough, then Procol Harum pops up singing Hotel California, where you can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave. That takes care of them. Then the people that put the square of death up there, you want to get out of prison, indicate your choice. Number 1, continue in prison. Number 2, remain in prison. Number 3, stay in prison. And then for Bill Gates, he would have to write, using Microsoft Word, he would have to write a 5-page letter explaining why he would like to be released from prison. He gets up to the 4.5 part of the letter, and all of a sudden something pops up and says, Microsoft Word is having a problem and needs to close. Yes. But then for the worst of the worst, what I would do is they click on something that says how to get out of prison today. They click on it and it says what you need to do to get out of prison today is a simple 14-part process. And that's my way of solving that problem. Thanks for coming.
Indeed. All right. Yeah, I've been known to, seriously injure my forehead. I'm trying to do some of that stuff. Just So we have the judges who are going to tell us what they think.
All right, well, firstly, we started off with a man reminding us all that killing people is wrong, which sometimes we need to be reminded of that. Secondly, so thank you for that. Secondly, okay, am I having a stroke or was there some kind of beepy sound up there? Was that?
Yeah.
Okay, was that part of the bit, Pastor? Where'd he go?
Oh, he's right here. I think it was just a little feedback.
Oh, never mind, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Where I was having a stroke. Don't worry about it. That's not part of the score.
You were
test.
treating that as like conceptual art or something?
If that was conceptual art, that would have affected his score in a way that I don't want to say, so it influences other
Okay,
people's
fair enough.
performances.
All right, cool.
I do like the bit about play being delivered to the door because that's happening. And,
Yep.
and yeah, the general stuff about the fiber optic computer. Yeah, there's a lot of really good identifiable stuff in there. I do feel that if it was a denser piece, it would pop. Man, it would absolutely pop if it was, and I'm not just talking about increasing your pace. I'm talking about zeroing in on the strong stuff, the stuff that's just not as strong. Just kill it the way you want to kill Bill Gates.
Awesome.
That's a solid 3. That's a solid
3. Beautiful. All right. And here we go.
Good job, Pastor. I too am glad that he reminded us that he's no killer. I'm trying to keep my walk with the Lord, Pastor. So I really did enjoy the browser hijackers that happens all the time. All the time, even on the phone. But and I like your delivery in most places. And I too gave you a solid 3.
All right. Last but not least, Morty.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say that was very depressing. I was all set to give you a score. I started to type in a 1, but it auto-corrected to a 4.
All right, very nice. That's a solid.
I do have one suggestion for you, though, Pastor.
Yes.
As I remember, the only time I read the Bible, it said the vengeance is the Lord's, something like that. Vengeance is the Lord's. I don't know that stuff, but a really fun thing to do would be to pick out and dial India with a random number and ask them if they need a car warranty.
All right.
Amen.
Thank you. So we got a 3, a 3, and a 4. Is that right? I believe it is. That's a solid 10. Thank you one more time for Dale Walker. We're going to have one more performance before we take just a very short intermission so we can take care of, bodily functions and buying goodies and all that sort of thing. We are going to go to an act identified as Cara and Andy look at each other. God help us. Here we go, Cara and Andy look at each other.
Hey folks,
Hello.
how are you tonight? So Cara and I are both in different improv groups, and we decided to try something new tonight. A lot of times when you're doing improv, you'll ask the audience for a suggestion. And sometimes that makes you think very much about the word instead of the emotion of the situation. So tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're going to ask somebody to do something for us. Ma'am, in the next 10 seconds, can you just yell out stop at any random time? We're going to move around. When you yell stop, we're just going to put our chairs down. We're going to look at each other, and we're going to figure out what the scene is based just on however we're situated and what we see in each other's eyes. Okay? The timer is starting.
Stop. Stop.
want this all to be over?
It's time. It's time. It's way past time.
Didn't you have fun?
I never said I wasn't having fun. I didn't do with this chair though. We've been dragging it out for too long. Waiting. Stop. Too long.
Just have to say stop once.
I can. I was dragging it out because I can see in your eyes that it's killing you inside. I mean, you're.
Well, it's not that, I was just hoping that we could just make this work, that we could,
You've been trying for too long, that's the thing. It's not supposed to be this hard. It can't be.
okay. One last time. Just one last time.
All right, but I get to be the top hat this time.
Okay. 4. Governor, I'm sorry, but there's got to be a better way to balance the budget. Do you want to say stop again?
Stop!
Your timeout isn't done. Look at that clock. How much time do you have left?
3 minutes and 12 seconds.
That's right. You're gonna sit in that corner and think about what you did. You're gonna sit still.
Three minutes exactly.
Quietly.
Mom,
Yes.
you know I have ADD. I should be allowed to just get up and do whatever I want whenever I please.
There's still gonna be repercussions. You're still getting punished for bad things.
But I have a diagnosed thing.
Doesn't mean you get to dye the dog orange.
But
Next time, I'm just gonna be more
He
specific
just-
in the rules.
I think he likes orange.
That's the flavor orange, but that's not really the same thing anyway. What are you doing? Jimmy? Oh, you're still in the chair. Yeah, I gotta give you that.
Can we go to the doctor again?
I'm
'Cause-
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Okay, get up. What you did was still a bad thing, not repercussions, that's a different word. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm just,
Mom,
I'm
I know.
at my wit's end with you sometimes. And
I know, and I know I'm annoying sometimes.
a lot of the times,
And
yeah.
I like to, but remember what the doctor said. You have to care about me, right? You have to, appreciate that I'm special. And sometimes I'm annoying, but it's okay.
Sometimes. Jimmy, I love you. You do.
Oh, I'm only the only one walking around with the chair this time?
Oh, that's what we're doing.
That AD. Oh.
She said stop. Didn't hear it?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Thank
Just
you.
making sure I wasn't the only one who heard that.
All right. I just. So, closing time, huh?
Did a new beginning. I didn't think we were going to open back up last time.
I know. I thought this, I thought COVID was going to kill us. I thought the economy going down was going to kill us. I thought me completely mismanaging the business was going to kill us.
I really thought that was going to kill us, yeah.
But we're still here.
And our regular customers are still coming back.
Yeah, it's great. I think this is all going to work out. I think if we just keep going.
I'm embezzling. I mean, really, it's only like $50, every couple hours, but it adds up. And during COVID, it was really adding up, and it's been on my mind for a while. Because I really thought it was your mismanagement that was going to be our downfall, and then COVID happened. It's like, well, there's that, and then it's like, well, because I was doing it before.
I'm going bankrupt. It's all falling apart. But it's not my fault.
I tried to make it your fault, but anyway, but that's. I really want my key.
I would, but unfortunately, I just can't get anybody else to work, so.
That's the liquor cabinet. I'm stealing money from you. That doesn't matter.
I haven't paid your last 3 paychecks anyway, so it's all working out. Well, thanks for being a loyal employee.
See, there it is. All right, Cara and Andy, look at each other. Thank you both very much. That last one hit a little too close to home as a small business owner in these times. Judges, what do we think?
How do you improv is hard. How do you even offer any constructive criticism at all aside from that thing that you did that you can never do again,
It's tough.
maybe do it different next time, but there never is one.
Yeah, the next time you play a walrus in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough.
like, that's the thing. Like, I do stand up, and I was like, oh, tell the joke different, and then I do.
Yeah.
If you tell the same joke in the same way, you're cheating.
Right.
Right. That said, that is basically every business in America. Truth in comedy, I'm giving it a 3.
All right, thank you very much.
I enjoyed it. I got kind of confused a little on the board game, but then I figured it out.
All right.
Working on the budget.
There's a lot of that going on
A
around here.
lot of that going around. You know, I kind of like the love expression thing with the booger smear on there. I thought that was kind of cool. And then I was, hey, it's investment. All right. So I didn't really
They get paid.
That's it. So I give a positive 3.
All right, very good. And last but not least, Morty.
I think that was a classical performance, very classical performance for improv. It was certainly dysfunctional, in all respects dysfunctional, and I would probably check your water source and see if that's the cause. A good solid 4.
Awesome. There we go. That's a 10-pointer. Beautiful. Well, we haven't had anybody hit that anywhere near that perfect 15. By the way, 15 points gets you that offer of some kind of performance slot here at the Mopco, but there are people in the 10, 11 point range. It's kind of cooking. That's great. Hey, without Walt here, that thing you were going to do, it's kind of a mess, right? Her performance partner didn't show up.
Yeah, I was actually gonna.
Yeah, is there something you can do?
I was just wondering, do you think you could fit me into the second
Well,
act?
is there a reason to fit you?
Yeah,
in the
I could try.
You're doing a great job on
But
camera.
I know, but I would rather try something.
You
If you
wanna-
could fit me into the second act.
Well, it is, okay, the second act is shorter than the first, but, folks, should we? Okay, can you still do some of that?
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
good,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
I'll
great.
do it, yeah.
Okay, what have we done? Okay, good, great. All right, so we are going to take a quick intermission, empty your bladders, fill your stomachs, do all the good stuff you need to do, and we'll be back in, like, let's say 7 minutes, keep it to 10, good? Thank you all, wonderful human beings that you are. Hey, I bet you're wondering what's going on in September at the Mopco Improv Theater. Well, let me tell you, there is a lot happening. September 3rd, all new show, Pitch Night at the Mopco. It's amazing. Then the 4th Saturday night.
This is my first time!
Us too! September 10th, Down the Rabbit Hole, Mopco's other performance group.
I'm at the discotheque.
You are at the
Do you want improv classes? We've got them. Comedian Shafi Hossein returns September 11th.
I own a house in Cohoes, New York, and that was a decision I made. And I stand by it. Cohoes, New York was faced with a decision, and they came together as a community. It became known that the library was in disrepair. So it was put to popular vote of what to do. And the entire community of Cohoes, New York went to the ballots and in a solid, unified voice said, "Fuck books." And didn't do a goddamn thing, and that library collapsed in July.
I was walking home from school. This blue pickup truck drives right next to me. 2 white guys in it. One of those white guys screams out the N-word, and then he peels off. Yeah, I know. How do you think I feel? You know, I was there. That was the worst game of I Spy I had ever.
She'd sit out there in front of the gas station saying things like, "Well, I just think that if you come to this country, you should have to learn to speak English just like everyone else." And you know what? I agree. If you come here, you should probably learn to speak English. It'll make things a lot easier on you. But here's where she lost me. She's going on, she's like, "Juan came to this country. He learned to speak English." I'm like, "Bitch, I was born here." everyone else. Dora the Explorer and Spanish class. Right? That's a 40-year-old white lady with a Spanish dictionary and a little animated Mexican girl. Right? You know what the most messed up thing about Spanish class was? Is kids would cheat off me and then get pissed when they failed.
Do you feel any remorse for your failure? It was like, I'm not the one who said no binoculars.
You're aging so gracefully. Really, I mean, like if aging were ballet, you would be doing a pirouette right now.
What kind of jerk wears glasses, right? Oh, sorry. I mean, well,
William Hughes. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. All right. I don't know what to say except, Heather Schwartz, you'll explain yourself.
Right. I just flew in from Plymouth, Massachusetts, and boy, are my arms tired.
Oh, no.
I am here for the game show tour. What will happen? Where we're gonna find out what will happen. All right, you've got it. Okay, so I think you know how it goes. You've got your snacks, right? And I've got mine. And I'm just gonna, set the timer here. Michael told me exactly how long I have. I'm not gonna divulge that. And now we find out what will happen. Thank you very much. We just found out what will happen. I'll be back for 2 more acts, by the way.
What?
I'm coming back on. Twice. 2 more times.
Heather, one act per performer.
One of them's obligatory.
What?
One of them I have to do.
Well,
And then the other one I kinda
but it
have
wouldn't
to
be fair. I mean, I have to, you know,
They'll be
there are a
quick.
lot of performers.
I promise they'll be quick.
Heather, we had a pretty strong rule, 1 act per performer.
You see, but I signed up before you told me that rule, and I'm just gonna clear the stage.
Okay, folks, we'll work it out. Okay, don't worry about a thing. Judges, what do you make of that?
Okay.
You can't hurt my feelings.
You know what?
Don't challenge me like that.
If William Hughes is speechless, something just did happen. That's all I have.
The only reason I'm not giving it a 5 is because if it was a 5, I booked people on a 5, and I'm pretty sure my audience would riot and kill me.
Your stand-up crowd.
They would do that, yes. But that was actually, that was a 5, yeah.
That was a thing.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
That's science. That's good. I like science. Okay. Her and Trino together, boom, that's an act.
Yeah. There we go. So the points?
I'm giving that a 4.
You're giving that a 4. Very good. All right. Very nice. For that, 4 points and you are.
Okay, what will happen? Well, you know what, Heather? I could have saved us some time and told you exactly what would happen. I enjoyed it nevertheless, so I'm going to give you a solid 3.
All right. A 4, a 3, and Morty.
What did I miss? 4.
And a 4, 4, 3, and a 4. Very nice. Okay. All right. Give it up for Heather Schwartz. You really never do know what will happen around here. That's one of the things I love about this.
Do you have? Can I go now?
No.
Oh, you're gonna put me in later though.
You and Walt were going to do the thing.
I
but
know, but
Walt's
he
not
didn't
here.
show up.
I know that.
So I had this in the trunk of my
Right,
car.
of course
so I
you
was
did.
just
Okay,
gonna...
okay,
All right.
okay, no problem. Jennifer Lavenhar, my assistant, folks. Give it up for Jen. Yeah, okay. Our next performer studied for a long time here at the Mopco Improv Theater, Improv. She's also a stand-up comedian, and she is one of the, I guess you'd say, the class of 2021. There are a group of people, many of them in the theater this evening, in fact, who are brand spanking new members of the Mouth and Bucket Company. And she is one of them. Please give a warm welcome to Sarah Maloney. Give it up for her. Do you need a mic? Yeah! Oh, hey! All right. This is where I do the bumbling stagehand routine. That's fine.
Do you want me to fill in, Michael, while you're doing that?
No, that's okay. No, you're good, Jen.
Right out of place to put these demerits, Mike.
Oh, God, I could have been an accountant.
All right, hello. I haven't done one of these in a while. This is kind of exciting. So my dad is kind of what I would call a redneck in my own kind of way. I mean, I've learned a lot from him personally. He taught me how to take toast out of the toaster. Genuinely, what he would do is he would take 2 metal forks and he would pinch the top of the toast and then pull it out.
Oh.
Yeah. And I looked at him and I was like, he's so smart. And I did that until my mom saw me and she said, you know, Sarah, that's a really good way to see God. Pretty soon, my dad's gonna end up on the TV show Hoarders, explaining to America why we have a pet cat and a pet squirrel. We don't know where the cat came from. For holidays, his favorites are the 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and National Beer Day. All of his favorites are in there. America, Jesus, food, and an excuse to drink and drive. I mean, I don't know how my mom ended up with someone like my dad. I mean, he's racist, sexist, homophobic, you know, boobies and beer, that type of guy. It's like she went to a Texas gas station and grabbed the first man she saw. I can imagine having a baby with a redneck, you know, the American flag, waves from the ceiling, the nurses with their hands over their hearts singing the Star-Spangled Banner, as my father pulls out 2 guns and says, "Buck or doe?" I mean, the fanciest it really gets for this guy is going to the Olive Garden for some Andy's candies and a toilet that doesn't have stains. Yeah, I know. He leaves and he goes, "Wow, the bowl inside the toilet, they're white here." Wow, it's crazy. I mean, he even takes precaution to not waste a bit of money. It'll be the middle of winter, and he will turn the heat off and we'll have to hug the squirrel for warmth. I mean, it is what it is. And then my mom, on the other hand, she's sitting in the audience, so I'm not going to say anything bad about her. Love you. What do you mean? Anyways, she has this little dog, and she named it Muffin. And we take her to PetSmart to get her nails cut. And my mother will always stop and look at all the wall of costumes, of dog costumes. And she'll always put them on Muffin, just for fun, I guess. And it's never Halloween when she does that. It's always like March. But my dog will be ready, just in case she needs to be a hot dog that day. If the employee sees that you have a dog, they'll usually give you a dog treat. And Muffin doesn't really eat the treats, so I just take it because, you know, I get hungry. So it's like a reward. You know, she gets her nails cut, I get a snack. It all works out really, really well for me. Also, is it bad that I don't know my dog's birthday? I mean, I feel bad because she doesn't really get to experience that, but she sees me celebrating. But honestly, what the hell would she do with an iPhone 9? She would hate it. Hate it. She'd look at me and go, "Who do you think I am? Oh, genius, I know what I want for Christmas. Thumbs." When I was younger, I had a dog, not Muffin, a completely different dog, and she was very, very sick at the time, but I didn't know, I was way too young. And she kept peeing everywhere. And I will never forget this. My mom, love you, looked me right in the eyes, and she said, "If that dog pees on the floor one more time, we are having her put down." And what do you know? She peed on the floor, and we had her put down. So, 6-year-old me thought it was my fault we had to kill our dog for years. Sometimes still do. Have any of you ever been to a hibachi restaurant? Yes. Oh, okay, yeah. I never put the napkin on my lap. Never. It's gonna do me no good if the cook's gonna be throwing food at my face. I like to trick the guy though, so he throws it and I catch it and I throw it back. Or I bring my own vegetables. You know, he don't know what's going on, nobody else knows what's going on. I pull out my tray of raw chicken and shrimp and he's forced to quit his job because he just couldn't pick up what I was putting down. One time, my brother started choking in a restaurant and I jumped up and I said, "Oh my God, he's choking!" And no one else cared, but I did. So I made a poor attempt to do the Heimlich maneuver, and I quite literally saved his life that day. Wow. Thank you! Oh my God, thank you! hero. Oh, God. But afterwards, the lady sitting behind us, she looked at me and she went, "Oh, I would buy you a drink if you were older." Okay, so I'm a hero and you've never heard of a dessert? Thank you guys so much.
All right, we seem to be in the pattern 1, 2, 3. So let's hear from William Hughes.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
This is like my first time after like a year and a half.
So you did it for a year and a half, and then it was.
I did it for like, I guess around a year, and then I stopped for like around a year because of COVID.
Okay.
And then this is my first time kind of back into it.
What are you doing September 17th?
I don't know what
I think maybe she's working here.
I think that's a 5.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
There you go. So,
Okay, yeah.
Go on.
come back. Come back for William Hughes' monthly show on September 17th, and you catch Sarah again. Awesome. And that, folks, that right there, that's show business is what that is. All right, we got a 5. We got a 5, Sheila.
And I give you a 5 as well.
There it is.
I still have one suggestion for her.
Yeah, Morty.
The name thing from the child. Why not Joe Buck?
Okay.
Just combine them.
Yeah. Okay.
That meant something to him. Let's give it up for him. So now I just got to tell you that I have been having email troubles for like 6 months. I am not kidding. I have been really, it's horrible. I identified with what Dale was talking about. So Don, I don't even remember your last name. We have somebody here who was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the thing. I never got anything. But I know this man. He's an awesome performer. And
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, Jen.
He's not even on the list.
Jen. We talked about this. Just put your nose on and run your camera. I just actually said put your nose on and run your camera. Another human being. Oh God. Don, what's your last name? Don Clemens! Give it up for us!
I even get a microphone over here, right?
Oh, yeah, you need a mic. Well, you got it. Because you are capable and resourceful.
Oh, yeah. You check out my Mets hat on, right? Any Mets fans in the house? Well, I usually wear this because my grandmother was a Mets fan, and we had one black and white Motorola TV back in the 60s in the living room, and from the time that the season began until after the season was over, that's what we watched on that TV. So she's not with us, but I celebrate her through wearing the hat. And this hat gets me into so much damn trouble. Oh, you know they're not winning today. They lost last night. Hey, you should be Yankees. And I'm like, look, buddy, I'm wearing this for my grandmother, okay? And then they back off, all right? But my thing is, do you ever get people that tell you that they gotta raise money by writing a cookbook? And then they tell you to send in some recipes. So I thought, yeah, I got one of those. I said, I'm gonna fix you. I sat down and wrote this out for them, okay? It says in no uncertain terms, my grandmother was the best cook in the world. I know what you say, yeah, right. Yeah, I know you say the same thing, but my grandmother can cook too. Don't you say that? No, look. Well, let me tell you something. The difference is that my grandmother made dishes like nobody else could. Booyah! And I know, for example, because on some Saturdays, she would throw a pot of pig feet on the stove, and before you knew it, she'd be sitting in a chair in the living room, listening to Joe Boss's gospel show while separating the pig meat from the bones. And then she would combine them with the other spices, throw them into a tray, set it in the fridge, and a few hours later, you had sauce, or what we know down south as hog head cheese. And I had no problem knocking it off with some saltine crackers, potato salad, and a little hot sauce. Yes. Then, when it snowed in Brooklyn, she would stick a big bowl out the window of our second floor apartment onto the fire escape. And when the bowl was filled, she added a little carnation milk, a little vanilla, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and then some sugar, and then she stirred up, and voila, ice cream. That stuff was so good, y'all. Now, let me tell you this little bit. The best smell I can remember is coming home from school and running up the stairs to the second floor, putting my key in the door, and all the way down the hallway, I could smell what smelled like a bakery. When I got to the kitchen, on the table were several different trays of her bread pudding. And she always made 3 different kinds. A plain one, an apple one, and my favorite, the raisin one. And I always got the slices that were the ends. That's right. And let me tell you this a little bit. I don't know her exact recipe for bread pudding. And I don't know if you know that nobody else knows her exact recipe for the bread pudding. But it began with her leftover biscuits, grandmother from down south, some cornbread, leftover flour bread, some Wonder Bread, until she had a whole nice little bunch of it, and all these bread could be combined in a bunch, and then she'd add some milk, let them soak overnight, and the following day add that cinnamon, that sugar, the butter, and everything became a batter, and that was when she poured it into that tray. Woo! Ran it into the stove and let it cook. I'm telling you, you're talking about something good. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me tell you this a little bit. The worst smell I ever smelled was when I came up those stairs to the second floor, put my kitchen in the door, and ran down the hallway. My nose would be turned up just like this. My grandmother would be leaning over the stove, cleaning chitlins. You say, what's chitlins? I know. Well, everybody does their thing in terms of food. We all didn't live high on the hog, no matter what culture. Chitlins would be pig intestines. Can I add something to it? And she looked at me like, oh, they don't stink. And I say, yes, they do. But what I really wanted to say is they smell like shit. But as I started off telling them, my grandmother was the best cook in the world, and I miss her pot liquor. That was the juice that would be left from the vegetables, from the greens, her chopped barbecue. Take a pork shoulder with a pair of scissors and cut it up and combine it with seasonings, and her fried chicken, her ribs, her pineapple upside down cake, her chocolate cake. Early in the morning, she'd get up and make a country breakfast with fried apples and fried sweet potatoes, scrambled eggs, bacon, grits. The secret was you fried the bacon first, and then you fried everything else in that bacon to give it that flavor. And let me tell you this a little bit. On the stove, all the grease she would get, she'd keep in that grease can, all right? One of those old Crisco cans, and guess what? She fried everything with that. And I always wondered why I couldn't get my fried chicken to taste like hers. And let me tell you this a little bit. I miss all her food. But more than anything else, I miss my grandmother.
Beautiful. I tell you, that was a spiritual experience.
first of all, go Mets. Mets fans love the Mets because there's no, you wouldn't be into them for any other reason but love it all. Secondly, if that is committed to memory, that's bookable. That's the only thing. If you could, like, there are storytelling shows around. Hunt down a storytelling show. They'd be dumb not to get you. I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, that's solid stuff.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I have no input. That's it.
All right. Points.
Yeah. The only reason it's not a 5 is because it's not committed. Right. That's the one and only thing I would.
So that's a 4 on the upswing.
It's a 4. That's solid stuff.
Yeah. Beautiful. Sheila. Yeah.
It really made me miss my grandmama too, my Nana. And you made me really, really hungry talking about it. Yeah. Thanks for the cooking lesson. I give you a 5.
Zach, good job. Good job. Just like Will says, get that committed memory and you got a bookable. I'm glad that you booked him in the second half of the show. If I'd have heard that in the first half, I'd have been over at Petraecus eating.
There you go. There you go. All right. And we got what points now?
4.
4. So that's 13 point. Nice. Nice. Very good. All right. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay. And not yet. Not yet. Thank you for understanding. Time is a thing. We talked about this.
Just it's the next one.
Okay, very good. So our next performer is Quartz. What? You are Heather Schwartz.
Yeah, I have to. No, this is obligatory. I have to read this from our sponsor.
We don't have a freaking what?
So I got a script, and I have to.
Okay, give it up for Heather Quartz. Heather Quartz.
I just have to. It's obligatory. I have to read the script. So, okay. Hi, I'm insert name here. I had a colonoscopy recently. And for those out there scared about the procedure, I want to tell you why it was the highlight of my year. For the record, that year was 2020. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't all this colonoscopy business start when you're 50? You couldn't possibly be that old. Thanks. And also, colonoscopies aren't just for oldies anymore. The age for a first screening has actually dropped dramatically. Great news. But back to my youthful appearance. Unlike in the mall and on Zoom calls, this isn't about how you look on the outside. It's what's inside that counts. And that's where a colonoscopy goes. I get it. So anyway, here's how it went when I had the procedure. I was catered to like a superstar. Seated in the waiting room, I was totally alone for the first time in 11 months. A nurse led me to a private curtained area, told me to undress, and offered me a warm blanket. Children needing chicken nuggets were banned. Soft music played overhead, and I could hear it because no one was playing video games in the next room. Fielding questions about my medical history, I felt like a professional again, and I was relieved to know I could still access that part of my personality after nearly a year of unemployment. And I was doing it naked. All right, just a little bit more. You don't have to go completely under for a colonoscopy, but why skip the best part? I was only out for about 15 minutes, but frankly, I haven't slept so well since before my kids were born. And even though I felt great immediately after, I was able to milk it for the entire evening. I just sat around eating and watching Netflix shows that weren't even family friendly. So, my advice to you is this. Don't be scared. Go get your colonoscopy, preferably during a pandemic. Yep, that sounds about right. Okay, back to the show.
All right. it's just, okay, I have to, no. Okay.
Can I get you a chair?
Stop. No. 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 All right. Okay. All right. All right, Jen. We'll get you. All right. 3 notes on one kazoo right now.
3 notes on one kazoo?
Yes. That was 4.
Sorry.
Can't trust her. I'll tell you. Just bear with me, Jen. Okay. And now.
You got a lot of demerits to make up here, man.
Obviously I do. I obviously do. Is Buster in the house? Oh, good. Folks, needs no introduction right now. From the great state of Maine, Buster Creamer. Buster Creamer.
How y'all doing? So, I was down east, and Michael said, hey, why don't you come up here tonight and talk to folks, tell them a few jokes from the North Country, and maybe play a little music for them. Because where I grew up in northern Maine, my mother was a big guitar player, and she would invite all these people over to somebody would be on the violin, and somebody else would be on another guitar, and maybe somebody'd have the tub that they were playing, and of course her great accomplished son learned the musical instrument of the spoons. So when you don't bother to go to school and learn much, you learn to play on the spoon. So maybe I'll play you a little tune there. You got something for me? Well, see, that's it right there. I didn't want to get you too excited over it. So up in northern Maine, they came into the world of electricity and running water a little late, and so there's a lot of stories of people living without houses. Maybe you might know your grandparents who had an outhouse. So anyway, my grandfather was telling me that one day he was in an outhouse, and you might be surprised that they actually, for convenience sake, they would make 2-holer outhouses. So you got to sit right next to somebody who was also doing their business. And he told me that one day he was sitting there, and the guy next to him was just finishing up. And he goes to stand up to pull up his pants, and a 50-cent piece dropped right down the hole. My grandfather looked at him and shook his head. The guy cussed, pulled out his wallet, took out a $20 bill and threw it down the hole. And my grandfather said, "What in the heck are you doing throwing a $20 bill down the hole?" And this guy says, "What do you think, I'm a stupid man? There's no way in hell I'm going down there for 50 cents. That's how you do it, folks. So, if you ever drive up to northern Maine, one of the big towns that you run into is called Bangor, Maine. And if you've ever been through there, you know that there's a very famous truck stop. It's called Daiso Truck Stop. Real famous because it's got a big sign out front that says, Daiso's Restaurant, eat here, get gas. So they have something special there. When you go in, the dining room is just long tables that hold about 30 people. And you just sit next to whoever it is that's next to you. And it's all family dining, and it's all really nice. So every Friday night, they have the steak special for $7.95. So you get a nice strip steak, and you get your French fries, and you get your gravy, and you get your peas. And it's a real nice thing, and you get to meet new people, and it's just really nice. So this one Friday, the wife and I went down there, and we got sitting next to just the cutest elderly couple. They were just so sweet looking. And so we ordered our steak, and they'd already ordered theirs. We're waiting there, and the waitress comes by with the elderly couple's 2 steaks. And the wife and I are talking, and all of a sudden we notice that we look over at the couple, and the wife she is just a bailing on her steak, just eating it as fast as she can. And the husband is just kind of looking at her with this little smile and just watching her eat. And, I'm starting to get a little worried about, well, how come he ain't eating? And pretty soon the waitress noticed. And she come over to him and she said to the husband, honey, is there something wrong with the steak? He says, no, just waiting for the wife to get done with the teeth.
So sometimes it's fun to be sort of, funny. And sometimes things happen in the world and you want to express other feelings. And it's not always easy to know how to express those other feelings. And so I like to sing. I'm really out of breath, but I think I'm okay. Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew ya. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
We are just a little bit over time. Jen, we're over time.
Oh, so you want me to go fast, is what you're saying?
Well, I was actually going to suggest that we just cut to the group out thing, because you're a trooper. Yeah.
Because I'm a trooper. You promised. Michael, get off the stage.
How about Jen Leonard,